Okay, we'll go live in a few seconds. Good evening, everyone. It's fantastic to see you all. Welcome to the live commentary of the Rush Hour series. Yes, it's the Amazons Rush Hour with Andrew Marr and me,
Hello.
Hugh Hatrick. How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
Are you ready for this race? It's going to be fun.
Absolutely not. Not ready for this race at all.
It's
going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yes, well, we've got GT3s and GT4s, and they're just starting the qualifying session now. First of all, it's the GT3s for the first 10 minutes, and then in the second 10 minutes, it will be the GT4s. It's a massive class of cars, massive race field. I think there's something like 44 that are involved tonight, and it's obviously it's a night race. I think it might be dry, but you never know. The weather could change. And we've got some fantastic drivers. We've got amateurs and professionals. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I'm hoping that it's going to be slightly cleaner than Three's a Crowd. It's a short race. It's only like an hour, isn't it? So,
yes.
I reckon it'll be all out racing from everybody. Hopefully, that Matt was giving a good safety talk at the beginning, sort of like reminding people that there's a broad spectrum of abilities on the track, and to be a bit kind. I know it's racing, but at the end of the day, if they were in real cars, somebody would end up getting killed. So, you've got to have some kind of sense. You can't be fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, whatever happens, it's going to be fun. Because we're not in the race, you're not in the race, so we haven't got a chicken in the fight.
Exactly. No. I would normally be a target if I was, I think. But
elbows, Patrick. You've got a reputation now, mate.
We did have a really good time on Wednesday. Wednesday was fantastic.
Yeah, it was superb. It really was.
Now we are in full spectator mode, so we can look at all the different cars that are out there and see what they're doing. Surprisingly, quite a few of them are in the garage. I thought they'd all be out trying to get a qualifying lap in, but maybe they're just trying to find a quiet time to be able to get out of there. But we've got some big drivers, lots of the drivers from Thea's Three's a Crowd, and very kindly Thea and Jeff have asked us to commentate and to live stream it here on our channel, which is very kind of them. So we're looking forward to this. I have to say I did the last series. Now I'm trying to remember. It was the Wavy World Tour, which was great fun. Really good fun.
Yes.
And although we did terribly, it was a good experience. But this is really good fun, because you've got GT4s, so if people like those kind of cars, then it's a great chance to drive them. And then if you like GT3s, you can do that as well. And you've got... Sorry, carry on.
No, I just said indeed. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
You didn't mean to interrupt you, to apologise. It's been a while since we've commentated together, so,
That's all right. I'll tell you if I want you to give me the mic. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this because I love GT4. So I have to say, if I'd been taking part, I'd have been driving the GT4s. But both drivers, so you have a team of two cars, one GT3, one GT4, and then both drivers have to do a mandatory pit stop for tyres. So that's important. It doesn't matter about fuel, but it's got to have tyres. So we'll see how it all works out.
What, in this race now?
Yes.
So there's oh, right, okay. Excellent. So a bit more pressure. More pressure to get pit stops and strategy right. Okie dokie.
Yep. So both drivers have to do a pit stop. If they come in again, then it doesn't account. If they come in out with the pit stop window, then it doesn't count. So they still have to do their pit stop within the pit stop window. So it's going to be pretty close, and we've got some really good racers, as we've seen on Wednesday. It's a fantastic layout, or fantastic number, and nobody. See, the thing is, before in the Wavy World Tour, you could get your fastest drivers to do qualifying and have a good chance of getting up the grid, but here you have to do it yourself. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be quite a fair run. You can see that Thea is in 6th place at the moment. She's just about 1.8 seconds off the pace from, is it Mark Williams in first, who has done a 154.2. But of course, there are the GT3s. When we see the GT4s, it will be a lot slower. But A heads up to my old teammate Keith Updike. He's in 12th, and he's only 5 seconds off the pace. Yeah, 5.1.
Just gone down 13th, as you said it. You're in good company. Murray Walker, be proud of you, mate.
Exactly. Now,
the commentator's curse.
We've got Jerry, and we've got Pagan Ant, and we've got Ruse also watching, but he's also in the chat. So we've got lots of guys in, which is good to see. Oh, good to see you, Jerry, as well. He's called the Dream Team is here, which is good. So yes, we are all here. And the race director is saying, car 878, it's your time to qualify. I had a horror story thinking, perhaps they've given us a car by accident and we're supposed to be out there. But no, we're just simply commentating. So for once, it's not us that's holding anything up.
Well, I try to hold things up as best I can, but that's just me.
Whether
I'm on the track or not.
Now that's the thing.
So we've got Simon in the chat. As you've already pointed out, I was sort of doing something else. I wasn't looking at the chat at the time, but I am again now. And it seems that me and Simon might be doing the commentary on the Hugh Hatrick Touring Car Championship race
tomorrow
on the weekend. Well, that'll be interesting, a whole new dynamic. Someone who knows what they're talking about and is quiet and considered. And me, then. So that'll be fun. We did a great job. We were playing golf. This is why I was going on about golf the other day.
Right.
We played that PGA 2K free golf download on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it was surprisingly good fun. I'd played it a couple of times badly with Richie and Matt and the like. But Simon really knows what he's talking about. He really knows what he's doing. So I got some good coaching. So I'm a bit better now. And,
that's the thing, isn't it?
I streamed it as well, or was I streaming it earlier? I was streaming it earlier. So we were both doing that sort of calm, and the ball's gone on the green, and it's rolling along, yes. Well, it's just missed the whole, that kind of thing, that sort of ASMR, do they call it?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Sending people to sleep with the game of golf. So there you go, I'm looking, so, we'll be keeping people's heart rate down, while Scotty and JJ have a ding-dong battle at the front. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just putting this out onto, where are we? Onto LinkedIn and Facebook and things like that. So we'll see how it all works. I'll put Sim Racing. It's always a good one. Sim Racing. You never know, we might get some viewers over from LinkedIn tonight. That should be good. And there we go. It is done and dusted. Right. So, that is Irid. There, Mark Williams is in a 153.7. Let's watch Mark as he goes round the Nürburgring GP circuit in his Aston Martin. What a machine that is. And of course, it's night time. It's going to be a full night race. I don't see it being light at any point unless they've done the timing to speeded things up a bit. But look, the times are coming right down. What do you think of that, Andrew? Are you there?
Yes, sorry, I muted my mic for a second to cough and then forgot to unmute it. So we can pretend we had like a James Hunt Murray Walker fight over the microphone. Does ACC rubber the track in? Does it do that, or is it?
Yes, it does after a while, I think. Possibly.
So it's probably not that. Maybe it's just a case of people getting their eye in. You've got to go around a few laps before you can, where your braking point is and remember what you're doing on a track. So.
And getting the fuel load down as well. In fact, the qualifying's almost over now for Group 3s. They've literally just got a few seconds left because when in the second 10 minutes of the session, it will be the GT4 cars that are heading out now. In fact, there you can see that looks like is that an Aston or is that a Ginetta? But although a lot of people are using the Aston Martins,
look, judging by the bonnet scoops on it, it looks like an Aston, but I'm not entirely sure. You've got lots of aero work on there, haven't you? You've got the big vents above the wheels to relieve the air pressure, so it doesn't it causes less drag. You've got the huge bonnet holes just to get some cooling through that engine. Incredible. Yeah. Amount of power it must be kicking out. So these are the V12s. The V12s.
The Group 3 cars, I think most of them are, but I think the GT4s is possibly a V8.
The Mercedes engine.
Yeah, yeah. Now Keith has he's only 2.5 seconds now off the pace of Mark Williams, so that's pretty good actually. I can't remember what times we were doing when we raced here before, but that's pretty good. I think that is a pretty reasonable time.
One.
So that would be a 1:55, a 1:56.3 or something.
In the wet, weren't we doing 2-minute?
Yes,
sorry, 2-minute 9s. 2-minute 9s.
Yeah, 2 minutes.9. That was in the dry. Yeah, on when I did my qualifying.
That's right, because the lap where you got punted, it was 2-minute 19. I remember.
Yeah, and that was in the Porsche Cup. That was in the Porsche Cup car, which is slightly different.
Well, it's a lot less downforce than these.
Yeah,
a lot less downforce. So these are. But I mean, Mark Williams there is very fast, isn't he? But Keith's doing a great job. Well, it says 16th, but he's only 2.5 seconds off. And I get the impression that Mark is one of the top drivers. So
yeah. No, there's a lot of really strong drivers in there. I mean, look, there's Thea's a very strong driver, very competitive, and she's 2.2 seconds away. So yeah, that says it all. Nam is very good. He's only 1.3 seconds behind. So it's not that far away at the front. But the real thing is they've got to watch out because they're going to be lapping traffic quite quickly. So you've got to be able to judge your overtaking at the right time and make sure that it works. Greetings from Get Low. It's Get Lounsey 888. It's Lounsey Land, Australia. Good evening. Wow. It's good to see you. We're getting a very international audience tonight as we stream Thea's Three's a Crowd. But it's good to see you all.
How many hours ahead? Is it 6 hours ahead down there?
I don't know, about 11. I thought it was about 10, 11 hours for Australia.
Oh, it could be. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 6 o'clock in the morning. People had to get up to do your interviews.
Yeah, I think it was.
So there's some commitment there. Thank you very much, Get Lounsey.
Yep. Good to see you. So the race will start round about 8:30. By the time we've finished the qualifying here, we've got another 7 minutes of qualifying, and then there's usually a 2 or 3 minute break, and then they start the race. So let's see how it all goes. These guys are all in the pits waiting, and then we've got the new other drivers heading out. I think these are all the GT3 cars, and now we are beginning to get. So let's see actually who we've got in here.
Could you just go give a brief explanation for Simon's benefit and anybody else again for the types of cars that are involved in this? It is a multi-class race, but I'll let Hugh explain exactly what classes we got.
Yes, we've got GT3 and GT4. So it's up to about 44 cars, I think, in the whole race potentially. The teams have 2 cars, one GT3 and one GT4, and both of them have to do a pit stop for tyres, and fuel is up to them as to how much they put in. But so it's going to be pretty close now. There's going to be a lot of obviously lapping traffic and things like that, and there's going to be one winner from each class. So it's going to be it's on Thea's Discord, all the current standings. So it's pretty close, and you can get a lot of points. In fact, the Team Lightning Motorsport, which is the one I used to be in, they were 12th, I think, in the standings at the moment, which is pretty good overall. So they've got a very good driver for GT3 and GT4. So yeah, it's going to be. I'll be watching out to see how they're going to do.
Excellent. So, I mean, there's not much happening at the moment. So we're just waiting for the GT3 cars to do their.
Yep, these are the GT4s. Yeah, there's a McLaren there of Calca.
GT3. So, is there anybody?
Martin, he's always one to look out for.
Isn't that the one that pairs with
Thea a lot of the time? Yeah, I wonder if she's still in if she's in that. They're in the class together. That
I think maybe one's doing GT4, one's doing GT3.
Yeah, Thea must be doing GT3
because she was already set a time.
Yeah, because she will be. If we look at the car, we might be able to see this actually.
There she is. In number 66 in.
Although it's a different livery, certainly, for that one.
So they must be in 2 different cars.
Yeah.
I seem to remember something in the rules on the Discord that it was 2 cars each with a single driver.
Yeah. There's Jason Bravo. He was my engineer and also a driver in the team in Lightning Motorsport.
Excellent.
And he's now up there. As you can see, there's quite a big difference between the GT3 and GT4 times. 11 seconds at the best.
Wow.
So to be fair, Jason's only 2.7 off that. That's not too bad, actually, considering they've only got 10 minutes of qualifying. So it does take them a wee while to get into the rhythm. And there's C. Allen, who had that big punt on Wednesday in the Porsche, but I'm not holding it against him. Let
it go.
Exactly.
Let it go. Breathe.
So we've got 36 in the race tonight. 36 cars. That's a big field.
Big field. Because it's not a very long circuit. It is only 3.2 miles long, just under 3.2 miles long, 5.148 kilometres.
Yeah.
I've got my little map up, trying to work out what the names of the corners are, and these are more or less correct. But it turns out that because they went bankrupt, didn't they? Which is one of the reasons why they lost the Formula One.
Yeah, that's right.
The European Grand Prix, and I think as part of the recovery, they got some people in that would get money for anything. So they started naming corners based on sponsorship deals.
Ah, that's right. Yep. Aye.
So Yokohama apparently been testing their cars there since like the 1980s. So they ended up with a Yokohama Corner, and there's one called Advan Borgen. and Borgen is like it's if you can imagine like an arc or a kink.
Uh-huh.
And it's as you're approaching the end of the lap, you get that sort of fast right-handed sweeper before you come up to a chicane. Mm-hmm. And it's that corner there. And Advan apparently was Yokohama's top tyre. Because I was trying to think, what's an Advan? Is this like, was there a famous van that had a billboard on it back in the day or something? And the name, but of course it's not named after a thing that happened. You know, like a really good driver or a spring. I mean, like the Italian ones where they have a spring or a river like at Spa, you know, none of that kind of stuff. No. It's just the name of the tyre, Advan.
Yeah.
It's not exactly. It's not atmospheric, is it? It's like, you know, what are you calling it? Fangio, Senna, Clark, Advan.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound quite in the same group. That now here's quite an interesting thing that Stricture, which is in 20th, he's only 10.7 seconds off the best time of the Group 3 cars. So that they're getting closer, and Kalka is just 0.3 behind. Then you got Dan Johnson, who's just a further 0.7 away, and then Alan with another 0.4. So there's not much in it actually, isn't it? And Martin Lewis he's bringing those times down as well, but he's about 2 seconds off the best pace. So I wonder if that Mercedes is the best car, or maybe struggles a bit here at the Nürburgring.
Well, I suppose the earlier times, like the first lot, there, you know, you get your eye in and you get quicker, don't you? So Oh, look, it looks like there's another Bentley over there. I actually quite like the Mercedes. I know there's a GT3 and GT4 cars. I don't think I've driven a GT4 Mercedes yet. Have they got one in Gran Turismo? I'm not sure.
Possibly. I think so.
I know they've got a GT3 one because that was the first GT3 car I drove on the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've done a GT4 yet. I don't think I've got one yet. I'll be working my way towards that.
Yeah.
That's such a fantastic V8 sound, though. It's a proper barking roar at you.
Oh, yeah.
It lets you know you're in a car with muscles and probably steroids. You know, it eats bacon and beef and rocks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Not soya. Simon's congratulating you on letting it go because he says he'd struggle.
What I'm going to try and do as well is when we get the start, I'm going to try and get a few screenshots because I can take screenshots. And I'll use them for the next thumbnails for the next one that we do. But I think this is going to be quite fun. And as I say, we can put it on Thea's. We can comment on Thea's stream, and just to say that if people want to watch the race live, or in terms of the whole race from a kind of television perspective, then maybe we should actually give them our share out our link. That would be the thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And there we go. That's
whatever you say, you're in charge.
That's a good shot. I'm going to get that.
Oh yeah,
I've got that shot there. That's a great shot.
Screenshots as well, actually. I've got my little screenshot thing.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it from your PC.
Yeah, just.
Now, qualifying is over. There'll be a waiting time, and then we will head into the race. I reckon there'll probably be at least a lap of warm-up, and then it will be go, go, go.
Excellent.
Unless, of course, they
Yes.
start just before the chicane at the back of the circuit. But we will see.
Shall see what we shall see.
We're ready. This is the time when it used to be ITV, and Brundle would say, "Now, it's time for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back."
Are you sure?
Get
'Cause
your-
normally they used to do that in the last 3 laps, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did some terrible ones. Terrible ones. I remember when in 2006 in Japan, they were following Schumacher, who was ahead of Alonso. He'd managed to pass
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And his engine blew as he was going through one of the corners, and you just saw a puff of smoke, and then they went to commercial. And they,
Wasn't that the race they finished the race in a commercial, and then had to show you how the race ended afterwards?
I'm not
Or
sure,
was
but
that was one of them.
they came back, and Murray Walker was like, "If you've just joined us, Schumacher is out of the Japanese Grand Prix." Oh, there we go. Now they are on. That's a great shot, that, isn't it? Taking lots of pictures.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, there's Keith.
Hey! Oh, that's. It's
So-
a McLaren.
Yep.
Nice McLaren. Oh, nice.
Keith will be in there. Now I wonder, are they maybe putting the do they do the GT4s first, or do they do? Surely they would do the.
Imagine the carnage.
If it was they put the slower cars at the front, surely
Well,
not.
no, because that if you they qualified with the times they qualified with.
Yeah.
That would. Can you imagine that kind of a reverse grid?
That would be fantastic.
That
that
would
would
be
be-
carnage.
It
That
would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, it was bad enough on Wednesday in that night race. They had to restart the race because everyone had smashed into it. The only person that hadn't hit anyone was you.
Oh.
And let's face it, I was gobsmacked because you always hit people. You're good at it. It's
Yeah.
like you're like a ram raider
Yeah.
on crossed with a bull terrier. Yeah, and it's just brilliant.
So it's an hour's race in the dark at the Nürburgring GP circuit.
Oh, they're
And-
doing it with the lights off because that'd be another great way of getting crashes.
They said, "Best of luck. Please make turn 1 clean." This is when I'm so glad I'm not racing. Although I love the first corner because when you get on that straight and you just see a few gaps and the green lights go and you're thinking, come on, I can get through a few here, and then you come.
You do, mate. You were very good. You really were very good at that.
It was I thought because they were quite slow. Some of them were quite slow when the green light went away, and we just had a bit of a chance. So this is the time, make up a few places, but then obviously you've got to get the braking right. There we go. There you are. There's Williams at the front. It's a massive, massive field.
I remember him because you were managing. He was another one that managed to miss everybody. Anyway, Simon, Mr. Simon, Jerry Simon, Norwich City F1 man. I said ITV Classic, Hackenden and Coulthard retiring during a commercial break in Spain '97. I think while both were leading.
God, that was shocking.
30 seconds.
It's never been the same since BBC lost it. The BBC gave it up, and it was
Yeah.
just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was the year that Brundle started, wasn't it? Brundle started with Murray Walker. I'm sure it was '97, and that's when it went to ITV, and we were all wondering what would it be like. There were a lot of very sceptical people as to.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I want.
They get into trouble, by the way, if they don't put the lights on. They get into serious trouble.
Well,
But-
Sawyer, he hasn't got his lights on.
I don't think
Number 97.
number 30. Has he got his lights on? No, I don't think the Bentley's not got his.
No.
And there they go.
Neither's Narm, the car in front of him.
They are heading off on the grid. There you see them.
Warming their tyres, wiggling
Yeah.
along. Let's hope none of them do a rustle.
Yeah, and spin off.
Sorry, I just. It was funny, man.
There we go.
Heartbreaking, but it was funny.
So I think we'll keep it here at the start, and then we'll start once we've covered a few laps, the initial kind of carnage, I think, and then we'll head through the field and look out for the battles.
I mean, look, the issue we've got here is very simple. There's so many cars and so much is going to be going on. We are going to miss action. We're going to miss much action.
Uh-huh.
Not in the way, the current television people with Formula One do, where they look at somebody's arse sat on a chair, or that they've put cameras on every corner with these people that can zoom the cameras sideways really fast, so you can follow the blur really well. Blur, but you can't actually see what's going on.
And you're looking at somebody's foot shaking.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's another one.
Who could we be talking about? Not someone who's got a team that's in blue.
Oh,
yeah.
Have they started it again?
I don't know.
What has happened here?
This is how I cope with all this. Or have you pressed rewind? And we're looking at that lot again.
I don't think so.
They keep going up and down like they've got hydro-pneumatic suspension.
Or maybe they're going, is it to the second section? Maybe the second lot now have to go? Oh, no, I don't think. No, there's the GT3s. All right, restart due to cars stuck in the pit lane. So there must have been an issue. Some of the cars mustn't have joined at the right time. They mustn't have hit the drive button.
All right, this is brilliant. We do this electronic stuff because it frees you up from all the actual physical problems of racing.
Ah.
And then that happens. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, the thing is, mind you, I got caught out with that when I first started playing Assetto Corsa Competizione, because when you're waiting to go from qualifying to the race, it tells you you've got 30 seconds, and then the drive button flashes at the top. And I didn't know what you did. And of course, you've got to press it. And then that takes you onto the grid. And if you don't press it, you start from the pit lane. So they want to make sure that everybody has started on the grid properly.
Everyone. Okay.
So welcome to everyone who's watching live
Again.
across the globe. You're watching the Amusance Rush Hour series, and with live commentary from me, Hugh Hatrick, and Andrew Marr.
How long does this session start? In 1 minute 30 seconds. So this gives me a chance to just go through what if I do it quickly. Oh, come on, Andrew, sort yourself out. What button you got pressed? Right, okay, so you got the main straight, you go down the main straight, and there is a very, very sharp right-hander that, according to my little map here, is called Haug Haken, or Haken, I suppose. Yeah, as in Norbert Hau, Haug. That then brings you around to the Mercedes Arena, which is very famous, as we all know. Is that where Vettel came off and hit the tyres in the wet?
Oh yes, yeah.
And then he's like, didn't he kick the car?
I could well have done. There was that race when everybody went off just about at the front. Even Lewis went off and managed to reverse to get back on.
And Verstappen, and you got that little bit of like a drag strip, and it was just ice. With water. Anyway, you come round the amphitheatre that's the Mercedes Arena, down towards the Valvoline curve, then around the right-hander, which is Ford curve, down to the hairpin, which is the Dunlop hairpin, towards the Michael Schumacher S, up to the Michelin curve, Warsteiner curve, Ad Van Bogen, the arc, NGK chicane, and then around the final turn, which I believe is turn 15, Coca-Cola curve, back onto the main straight.
That's what I could do with just now, some Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola curve. Well, Jerry's got some, because he had some yesterday.
Ah, yes, he did. He did indeed.
With all these people going, oh, is that thingy? And he went, no, it's not.
Now, they are coming round the famous first right-hander. I think that's going to be exciting when they all take that corner.
Well.
So it looks like there's 19 GT3 cars and 18 GT4 cars thereabouts.
Okay. Going to be carnage.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The tension. Simon is saying the tension. Yes, it's almost like when I've got to do a chip of 17 yards, and then hits the pole and doesn't quite go in. That happened a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very tense game, that golf. Why people do it, you know.
Yep.
Why loads of people have heart attacks on golf courses. I don't know if that's true, by the way. I'm just saying that.
No.
Most people that play golf are either fat or thin. There's nothing in between. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that's the one. I was going to say, Andrew, do you have a chance to share this link of our coverage onto Thea's stream? You know, just in the chat.
Not the link. No.
No.
I just I didn't put anything. I just said good luck. Right. Well, give me a second, and I'll give that a go. You make sure you're covering all the action while I'm doing something.
Yep.
Technical.
As they go through the Schumacher S's there. Looks so good at night. Of course, you're going to have higher tyre pressures to get the tyres warm.
Will they get upset if I do this, by the way? I don't like to...
All you need to do is if you put it in the chat, and ask them first. Just say, would you like us to put the feed, the link for the live commentary feed in the chat, and they'll come back to you. If you put the at Jeff or something like that, and he'll probably answer you, I think. I'm not sure if he's racing or not. So they've just done about 3/4 of the lap, of the warm-up lap, and then we will be go as they come round the final corner, coming in to the right-hander, down the hill and into the chicane. And of course this chicane is a lot easier than the GP circuit chicane, which is a lot tighter.
Right, I've asked the question, Jeff Coldcluffer. Do you want me to share the link to Hugh's commentary stream, Jeff? Not just assuming that I can. I don't know them very well. You know them better than I do.
Yeah.
You actually physically met them, haven't you? Went to a
Yes,
party.
that's right. We had a wonderful barbecue with them back in August time, which was great fun. So it's because there might be a few people in the chat there that might actually want to see the whole race as well. So here they go. They come round the final right-hand bend, and then it will be green as they come through. What will happen? Will they have to restart? Will there be any cars left? I'm sure there will.
No.
Here they go.
Down the main straight. Coming around the Coca-Cola curve. They're all on Coca-Cola.
That's it. There you are. Just under 60 minutes to go. And Williams is being challenged by McDonald in the Lexus. He's gone on the outside, coming round. Oh, it looks like he's... But Williams has braked a bit later. Very nice and safe driving there. Looks okay.
No one crashed. What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, look at that. I can see that there's no yellow flags. There's no yellows. They're all managing to stay in there. It's that left curb. You've got to really watch that curb coming around the left-hander. Then they come into the right and down the straight. And Williams... Yeah, McDonald, then Nam.
These two seem to be in a class of their own. They're already gapping whoever's in third.
Yeah. Let me see if I can...
He got a good drive down the straight, didn't he, Mr. McDonald? Or Mrs. McDonald, it could be anybody. Oh, there we go. I don't have to. They put the link up for us.
All right. Oh, fantastic.
So, but thank you, guys.
Oh, they've already put it up for it. Oh, that's fine.
No, well, I asked, but they just put it up. The back, BAK.
All right. Oh, he did it. Oh, that's fine then. Aye, because he might be a mod actually. So
He is a mod indeed. He is a mod. I'm just putting some suitable thanks, and then I can concentrate on the actual racing, which is much better than just...
This is 1 and 2. Williams leading.
Yes, you got a good... someone's done it for... Simon, you've already said. She said you can't share it unless you're a mod. Ah, right. So, you see, while I was looking at Taylor's chat, I couldn't see our chat. Sorry, Simon, I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. Jeff's not there, apparently. Oh, okay. So,
all right, he's not there. Okay.
Jeff's not there, but it's been done. Back's done it. That's great. We're happy. So,
that's fine. That's great. There we are.
What do I need to do?
Now, what I'm going to do... Oh, look at that. McDonald almost tapped him.
He couldn't stop it.
It's so dodgy.
Draws you in, that does. That draws you in, that corner. Yeah, the outside line was always going to be a bit dodgy. It's actually interesting.
Oh, do we have a helicopter view, says Gary Gilmore. Right, let's have a look at that.
Hello, Gary. Welcome. Welcome.
There we
yes,
go.
Yes, we do. Oh, that's excellent.
Look at that.
Very good. Oh, that's good. That's excellent. It's the kind of thing that, and again, Formula One could do this, but they don't do it anymore. They're too busy doing fancy shots.
I'm working on these F3 keys, or the F keys, the function keys, because then I'm trying to figure out how I can get through the whole field with them as well.
Williams is definitely keeping it under control. I mean, he's quick, isn't he? Very quick.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a gap there. But yeah, going around the outside of turn one, there was a bit of a problem, because it's okay if there's just the two of you. You can maybe get a switchback, but at the beginning of the race, where somebody then dives up the inside, you then get hung out to dry, don't you? So it's difficult, very difficult to make that stick.
Yeah,
but he had no choice, nowhere else to go.
We were so many times on Wednesday, we were nearly taken out just at that first corner, because as you say, it's just so easy to get the brake in a bit late, and then you're struggling. But no, I do enjoy this. So we're coming up. They've already completed one lap. This is going to be the end of the second lap, and it's so far everybody is on track, but there's a big gap. You can see the Group 3 cars are doing quite well. Then the 69 car leads another group, and then there's a lot of GT4s after that. But of course, there's a big difference in speed, over really 10 to 12 seconds at least, between Group 3 and Group 4.
So we've there's not much actual fighting going on in the lead group. Any chance of us going backwards and just having a quick look through the field?
Let me see if I can.
Can you go back with the helicopter shot? There you go. Is it possible to? I mean, I don't know. I don't. Still on the same fella.
Okay. There is the helicopter shot. What I'm going to have to do is quickly escape out of that to go, and then right here we are. There is.
Excellent. Oh, we can see the times as well. Good. This is good. We'd like to see the times. That's excellent.
So
who we got?
Williams, McDonald, Nam, Like, Griffith, Sokak, and Thea is in 7th. Baudry is in 8th. Hoffelair is 9th. Spiteri 10th. Updike is up to 11th. He's made up a good few places there.
Oh, well done. And so's Taya. Taya's up to 7th. She started a little bit further down than that. Was it like 11th or 12th?
Yeah. So there's been a good few places there. Erdman is in 12th. Saunders in 13th. Schultz in 14th. Wilkins 15th. Lunn 16th. San Fratello is 17th. Stritcher 18th. I think he's gone down a wee bit. Dan Johnson's had a frightful start. He's down in 19th. And so is Kalka. So they must have had a bit of a coming together, because they were well up the field.
See Allen as well.
Yeah, so they must have had some issues there. And Martin Lewis is down in 24th. So there's obviously been issues going on that we may have missed, but certainly we did watch the first few drivers out there.
There's few drivers. Well, we're learning. This is our first ever commentary on Assetto Corsa, so a competizione. So if you can't forgive us, well, I'm very sad for you.
And there's Erid in 37th, but he's just half a second behind D Joy. But yeah, it's a massive field, 37 cars, and there they go. Look what's been happening there. We've got a bit of a battle below us.
There we go. Yep.
That is between Like and Griffith from 4th and 5th.
Like
it looks
Griffith,
good there, doesn't it?
Sounds like a solicitor's firm, that does.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
and Griffith, we will deal with your not probation. What's that thing when you die?
Oh, and there's a 15-second penalty for car 123. 123. Now, what number is that then?
Keep going down. There we go.
And De Bruyne. 15-second penalty.
Bruyne.
So there we go. But that's it. So let's go further down the field. Let's see Dan Johnston. He's very competitive. He's in 17th place, so he must have had an issue. And Sawyer's behind him, who's also got a 15-second penalty. But look at them.
No.
Oh, look at that. I think there's been a position change there. I think Sawyer.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Right down there.
It looked like he got on the grass a wee bit. And once you get on the grass, your tyres are dirty, and it all gets worse and worse.
Oh,
And Kalka is also closing up. But then, of course, Sawyer's got this huge 15-second penalty.
15 seconds. Yes. I mean, it's like you say, small mistake can need you to get onto the gravel or the grass. Tyres are dirty. Then you get, I don't know, maybe a little bit upset by it.
Yeah.
You overdrive then, and but you got no grip. It's like if you overdrive normally, you come off. But if you've got no grip because you've been on the grass and you're overdrive, you just spat into a wall, aren't you?
Yeah.
Psychology. I've always been quite interested in this. I actually put this to the only time I tried to contact the Radio 5 Live people.
Oh yeah.
And they liked my tag, so they answered my question, and it was just, this is when I kind of fell out with Jolyon Palmer. He's getting better again, but he's so opinionated without having any sort of thought pattern to it.
Yeah.
Because
he
was always rubbish compared with Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg never seemed to get anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, he did an amazing start to his career and then never seemed to do anything about it.
Yeah.
But I noticed Hulkenberg, he when he won Le Mans, he suddenly was super fast again, and I reckon there's something confidence going on there. You know, like some psychological something that just bled time away from him.
Yeah.
So I asked Jolyon Palmer that maybe it's a confidence thing, and he just spat out. No, he had plenty of confidence. In other words, he didn't, because if he was coming across as arrogant, he probably had no confidence, because that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You project the people that are coming across as the most brashly confident are probably the people with the least confidence.
Yeah.
A good battle going on for the next position between Turkey and Lewis, I think.
Yeah, look at that. It's pretty close down there. In fact, it's getting really close as Turkey and Allen challenge.
Oh, can you get along the inside? It's not the best place to attack.
Now Sawyer
into the forward curve.
Sawyer is continuing up the field and is up into 16th, but of course they've got that 15-second penalty, and they'll have to take that when they do their pit stop. So that will be
stop and go penalty, is it? In
yeah,
the pits?
I think that it's added on to their time in the pits. That so there you have it.
See, Allen's obviously made his way up a bit again.
Yep.
Oh no, he hasn't. Sorry, it's more or less where he was before, isn't it? When you were saying 20, I was used to the races I've seen you do with Taya, and there tends to be 20 to 25 people in them, don't there?
Yeah, Erid has gone right up. Erid's up into 31st because he was right at the very back. But he has gone up to 31st just in the couple of laps that we've been watching this. And Jason Bravo is up to 28th and just 7/10. Let's see where he is. He's just 7/10 behind the 27th place car, Horvath.
And catching up by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's good. So we've got great racing right the way through. Now there was avoidable contact for 77 and car 100. And that is why, and also for car 123 and 555.
So that's why they got their 15 seconds then.
Yeah, but number 123 has had a few issues because he's also had the penalty for avoidable contact between car 51.
Oh, it's two.
Yeah, so
two of them.
Yeah.
Battling too hard.
So let's have a look up the front. Let's see what is happening. Nam also has a 15-second penalty. That's car 83. So something must have happened there. And
was he in third before, or was he in fourth before?
I think he was round about there. I remember
him being up there.
Mark Williams has got roughly a 6-second lead now from G. McDonald, so he is beginning to pull away.
Yeah, it's quite quick, that fella. Quite quick indeed. But I mean, they're all doing really well. I mean, if anyone can race hard and clean and stay on the track, they've got my respect anyway.
Yeah.
And then set really good times. The ones that start battering past people, getting a bit too aggressive with it.
Yeah.
No, that's not so good. It's like Jackie Stewart said all those years ago. They were asking because, Schumacher. This is in the era when Schumacher was banging wheels, and in the practice sessions he always used to go faster and faster until he came off the track, and then he knew where the limits were. And they asked Jackie Stewart once. He goes, when did you know when the limits were? What happened when you used to come off the track? He said, we didn't. because if you did, you died.
Yeah.
It's just, it just showed you the safety of the modern F1 cars that they come off and they hit. I mean, what was it, 56G that Verstappen hit that barrier in Silverstone?
Yeah, that was something else, wasn't it?
And okay, he was bruised up and he was a bit battered, but 56G, man, you black out at 9.
Yeah.
9 or 10. 56G is a big impact.
Yeah.
56Gs, Jim Clark was killed with much less than that.
Yeah.
And he was possibly one of the greatest drivers we've ever known. The only one that I would take as a serious contender to Fangio's crown. Anyway.
Yeah. Now, we're already getting to a point where the Mark Williams is about to lap one of the slower cars. I think it's one of the GT4 cars. Let's have a look.
Wow. With 46 minutes to go, so we've had less than 15 minutes of racing. Got out of the way quickly though, didn't they, the lap car?
Yeah. I think they get the blue flag pretty early on, so they've maybe had issues. They may have had spins as well, and that's put them back. But if you're losing 12 or 13 seconds a lap or more, then it's not going to take too long, because this lap roughly is less than 2 minutes for the GT3 cars, so it doesn't take long for them to catch up.
Was it about 140, 130? What was it? I can't remember.
I think it was a 153. It was a 153, I think.
Right, okay.
Look at that, absolutely tearing through the field, making sure there's nothing standing in his way there, and heading on. But now he's got to concentrate so much, because every car, he's got to just choose his position very carefully as to where to overtake, because also, that there's a big difference in the scope of driving ability. Some people might not be looking in the mirrors, they might not be watching, and could easily cause an accident. This is, of course,
in these
exciting.
conditions, all they can see is lights, and there's a blue flag. There's, as we discovered on Wednesday, you can see nothing. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, they do have a little bit of telemetry to help them, so everything lights up as blue, and say faster car approaching, things like that, so they will know what's happening. But it's still, it'll be a bit unnerving.
Nico Rosberg tells you, doesn't he?
Yeah. Now, car 25 is just a drive-through penalty. Let's see who that is. Car 25 is Schultz.
Right at the back.
37.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check windows open.
Oh dear. So what has Schultz done? Has he been a nut by? 3 abreast.
Yeah,
it's
look at
Hakkinen, Schumacher and Zonta.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Not at Spa. In fact,
There
it's going
is-
on here.
There is Thea. I think she's in a Ferrari.
She's in a yellow Ferrari, and she just went through the Advan Bogen. It's just a good name, isn't it? Into the NGK chicane, or as they say in Germany, NGK Schikane.
And there they go.
Well, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right, yeah. Do it in German accent.
She's followed very closely by Jay Sokak. This 0.3 of a second, so they're having a great battle. And then I was going to say Griffith's only 1.2 seconds further up the road, so that's not bad. If we look at Griffith, Griffith's in the pits. Griffith is now in the pits, so
she's going to inherit 5th place, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's quite an early pit stop.
Right up, hasn't she? She's moved right up.
And Nam is in 3rd place, but they've still got a 15-second penalty to take. And McDonald is only 5 seconds behind, so maybe he's had a slightly better lap as they start going through lap traffic. It's closing up, so there's really not a huge amount in it, to be fair.
Still 6.5 seconds behind Mark, though.
And there they go.
Mark Williams. Is it the Mark Williams of the Fast Show? Harry Potter's friend's dad.
You never know. Look, Keith Updike is up into 10th and is having a great battle.
Good old Keith.
In the McLaren.
Come on, Keith. Keith will own you. Yes, he will.
Oh.
Check out his channel.
Now, the race director gave number 25 car Schultz a penalty for an unsafe rejoin that took out other competitors.
Oh, they were told about this.
Yeah, it's a tough one though. If you spin off in a funny angle, it can be quite hard, and if you don't look at your track map, it's quite easy to make
these things are easy to say, aren't they? Not so easy to do.
Aye, aye.
Simon's given us a bit of info that Thea is incredibly close to 10,000 subs. She is indeed. I mean, yesterday she'd got to within 30. So.
Aye, wow. So yeah, so no, that is something. So I don't know if Jeff's racing tonight or not. Then I wasn't sure if he was in one of the teams, but
he's within 20. Hold on, I'm just refreshing that screen to see if it tells me something. Go faster. Oh, it's a 9.99k.
Wow.
So close. So tonight, I think tonight's the night for 10,000 subs.
Yep.
Or certainly this weekend.
9,990. That's pretty good.
Now, when we first met her, what was it? The first you've been interviewed her twice.
It was just under 2,000, I think.
Yeah, she hadn't. I mean, it was still a good numbers.
It was just about a year ago, just over a year ago, I think, when we first.
It was over a year ago. Because she interviewed again since, which was hilarious, by the way, because her and Jeff were bickering. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was fantastic. I loved that. Oh, that was close. That was close.
There they go, having a great battle.
I mean, I think that's a lapped car.
Updike and Erdmann.
Come on, Keith. Round the outside.
Now
Why do the lights keep flashing like that? Let's just stop it.
There's a
He's had enough.
I think the one means that they haven't done their pit stop yet. So they have to come in and do their pit stop. And Thea's just come in now to do her pit stop.
She's in the pits now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's rejoined the track.
There we go.
Somewhere. Oh, somebody got right out of the way there.
Yeah, I was going
with intent.
Yeah.
I'm going over here. Fast.
Now we've got Sawyer, who's got a 15-second drive-through penalty as well. And he's hassling one of the cars in front. Look at that. Managing to get past. The pit window is now open. They've got 25 minutes. So that will be roughly up until 45 minutes of the race. And then the last 15 minutes, they've got to make sure that they don't come in. They avoid coming into the pits. But they've got to do their stop in this what is remaining 25 minutes. And we're beginning to see some of the cars now that have come in. In fact, Thea is down to 13th, which would make sense. I have to say, I'm quite surprised that some of the cars further back, I thought that they would have been, some of the drivers like Alan, because he started very near the front. So he's obviously had a difficult run. But Jason Bravo, he's still got his pit stop to do, and he is in 25th. But then, of course, he is in the GT4 car. So that's pretty good going, because when you think the first 19 cars are GT3s, he's not doing. He's right up there, not too far away in the GT4 class.
Absolutely.
So that's all good there.
Maybe Mr. Allen damaged his car with the whatever happened at the front to put him all the way back.
Yeah.
That would make sense because I mean, if you damage your car, you're always going to be compromised, aren't you?
Yeah. No, that's it. But God, we've been. I'm just starting to think how many minutes. We've been going for 20 minutes now. We're a third of the way through the race,
21.
And it's absolutely flying through. It seems like no time at all. But they've done a third of the race, and there goes Mark Williams doing an Alonso-style overtake, leaving absolutely no room.
Very close.
We had a great battle at Brands Hatch, and he said I squeezed him so hard coming through there, but we managed to swap places without crashing because they came hearing up at the end. But
all about Hatrick.
Yes, it was good fun, but they're great drivers actually, really, really good.
It's funny they say, don't they, with the Formula 1 coverage, they talk about when drivers know each other and they can trust each other, then you can do close racing.
Yeah.
It's when you don't know what the other person's going to do, that's the problem, isn't it?
Aye.
It's like, that the end of lap 3 in the wet on Wednesday, you were both going straight and you weren't going to do anything stupid. You were just keeping your speed up and he was on the inside. He had the corner.
Yeah.
And then he moved out. You didn't know what he was going to do. That was the problem, not whatever.
Aye, no, definitely. Jerry has said, I subbed on second account and asked family to help out as well for Thea. Yeah, anything to get her on that 10,000 mark would be brilliant. We've had 45 people watching so far, and currently there's about 4 or 5. And we've had some likes too. We've had 6 likes, so if you like what you see, give us a wee thumbs up. And also, if you like interviews, you can see Thea's interview by hitting the subscribe button as well, and you'll never miss a show because we interview lots of sim racers on this channel. Now, Keith Updike is up to 8th position. That's pretty good going. Now, he's still got his pit stop to do, but maybe getting a little bit of clean air could really help him to get closer to the front. But that's a fantastic, really, really good race so far for Keith, because I think even having to do a pit stop, it looks like his car is fine. He's made up a lot of places. He's made up at least 5 or 6 places. So that's great. Now, Spiteri, here they were quite far back. So they've had a very good run because they're up to 7th. And I'm sure they were in the late teens on qualifying.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very good run. So we're beginning to see the cars and the drivers that can really make their way through the field as they go through, especially the lap traffic. Which must make them sweat a little bit because you never know what's going to happen.
I believe it in my hometown we used to call it squeaky bum time.
Yep, that's the one. Now Kalka's gone into the pits in 17th place. So it just shows you that Dan Johnson is in 16th. Now he's moved up a long way as well. And where is...
Just going to say the top 11... plus a bunch of others haven't even pitted yet. So all these people, people like Taya, who's in 12th now, she's made up a place because she went down to 13th, didn't she? She's the top. She's the top driver who's pitted. She is a lap down. Her and the 11th place car have been lapped now. So,
it must take quite a long time to do a pit stop here. That
so she'll be the top. I think she'll end up being the top GT4 runner, or certainly right up there. If you look at where she is now,
I think is she not in a GT3 Ferrari? I thought she was in a GT3 Ferrari, but
I don't actually know.
I think she's a GT3, and our teammate is in the GT4, and I think our teammate is Mark. Is Martin Lewis? 67.
Rewind.
Although he's in a Mercedes, and I think it can't be because they have to both be in the same team. So they need another Ferrari. That's as far as I know. And Erid is up to 26 as well. Jason is to 24, but he's got his pit stop to do. That it obviously takes a long, long time to do a pit stop here.
I always thought Erid was quite quick. You see, I was a bit surprised to see him so far back. My impression of him watching Taya's stream is he was quite a quick driver.
I think maybe he had a few, some comings together, possibly.
GT3, yes, she's in the GT3.
Yeah.
My magical chat fairy has told me.
No, it's
He says it in cat language because I speak cat.
So let's look at the big battles then. We've got Nam, Like and Sokak or certainly Nam and Like is just with a 7. Look how close they are there. Oh, in fact, it's very close in front. They must be battling as well, be doing some lapping there. Lapping the GT4 cars.
Yep. Don't turn in on him.
Oh.
Don't do it. Oh, he lost a bit of time because of that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like did. Jay Like. Or Jay Like, if you can try and say it in like a foreign language.
There's a good battle here as well. We've got Hoofler and Spiteri.
That's a good set of names, that is. Hoofler and Spiteri. I wonder if he's related to Charlene Spiteri. She's Scottish, you know.
Ah.
Meow. Well, Simon, Jerry was a cat. You are in the chat, which is French for cat, and we're watching a French woman stream, so it all makes sense to me.
Look how many cars around that circuit. It's like watching flies eating food, aren't they? There are just hundreds of them there, all running around that track there. That
turn in.
That was close.
He was having to flash to get him out of the way. It looks like they're both in Bentleys. Brigitte 3 and 4.
Warning 85 contact with 61.
Oh,
85, that's Erdman and Updike. I thought it was up because I remember the 61. So he must have had a little bit of contact with Erdman, with Keith in their battle.
Oh no.
So there is Keith. He's up to 8th place. And now there's about a 9-second gap between them.
9.5 seconds. Wow, that's a big.
So he must have had maybe Erdman went into the back of him or had a wee bit of contact and that slowed him down. So he's dropped back a bit. But Keith,
he's now been lapped. Is the first lapped car, or the highest placed lapped car on the circuit mile?
It's Yvonne Huffelaar who is just in front of him by about 4 seconds. So yeah, there she goes.
It was the Huffelaar Spiteri.
Yeah, I met Yvonne at the party. I met Yvonne at the at Thea's party, back in August, and hope to get her on the show at some point as well. That would be good.
Is she fast? One of these fast people?
Oh yeah,
fast?
She's right at the front. Right at the front there.
I'm looking at the result. I'm looking at the evidence right now. Duh. Hey,
Thea's passed
10th then. Woohoo!
That's really good. She'll be over the moon with that.
Let's sing the celebratory song. We all agree, Nottingham Forest are magic. That's the one. I remember. I used to own it.
Yeah.
We got the whole world. It's Peter, the keeper, and Martin O'Neill. That was a good record. Paper Lace and the people of Nottingham Forest. But that rubbish Tottenham Hotspur one.
No, there we go. So let's look at the battles. In fact, Thea has got a big battle in her hands. She's in 11th place with Griffith right behind, less than half a second. Let's watch some of this battle.
Yes, cool. Do you think she got put off by someone saying you've just gone over 10,000?
Well,
she knows. Let's find out. Let's see if anyone's said anything.
There we go. Coming into the long hairpin. Lots of different lines in there.
She's got a smile on her face. She's wearing a checkered flag top with those socks she wears. Oh my god.
Oh, that was good. That could have been.
Keep it up.
She's gone wide. No! She's gone wide. She's lost her braking, but thankfully she's back on the track. But into ninth place she goes. But that will change, or Griffith will. It just takes a little while for this to confirm and to update. Yeah, she's down into 10th, just a second behind.
Yeah, I'm just watching it on her stream now. There's obviously a delay, but somebody. Well, she was coming charging up behind. Somebody in a Mercedes just came out the slipstream of another car, not looking behind him.
Right.
The overspeed she had was huge. It wasn't. I mean, you saw it on our screen, but on hers as well. The overspeed was massive. There's no way.
Yeah,
that's just so annoying.
It's very easy to get your braking out. To be out of kilter with your brake markers, especially at night when if it's a blind corner or a blind summit. Still, she's in 10th place, which is pretty good. I mean, this is a very strong field. And look, Keith Updike. Look at that. He's up to 6th place.
6th, man. He's not even the last person that's not pitted.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's got quite a bit of time behind him, which is good. So, he might actually come in. I mean, Griffith's 60 seconds behind him. So, he's maybe got a chance of being in quite a reasonable position at this rate, getting the clean air in front.
Yes, indeedy. Some good racing going on here today. It's nice that we can...
Apparently lapping her teammate when she went off. Oh dear.
Well, I did see Lewis. I know they're in different cars, but maybe they're still teammates.
I think
they're always teammates. So.
Although I think it'll have to be Ferrari, so it'd have to be another Ferrari that she's in.
Are you sure? Because if he's in a GT4 and she's in a GT3, Well, do they have to be the same?
I think they'd have to be in the
make of
same.
car?
I would have thought they'd have to be in the same make.
If I could
Because
be bothered.
if we look at Keith and Jason, who are in the same team, they're both in McLarens.
Okay.
So 161 and 61.
I can't remember. If I could be bothered, I'd open up Discord and read it, but I've got lots of windows open.
Now Jason Bravo is up to 21st. That's very good, because I'm sure that, as you say, the top 17, 18 were GT3s. So he is also going up there, and he has his pit stop to do. But there you go. But he's battling there with Dan Johnson, who's not that far in front. But I think Johnson's in the GT3, I think.
Must have looked after his tyres nicely, though.
Yeah, that's pretty
Only-
good going.
There's the 11 minutes or just under 12 minutes of the pit window still open. Another 26 minutes of the race to go. So, is it going to be a splash and a dash, as they used to call it back in the day when we did pit stops?
Yeah, that's it. They'll just put just enough to keep everything going.
That is what Simon thought he heard her say, teammate.
Wow.
So, if she was speaking French, chat, then we don't know if it could mean the same thing. It might mean somebody I want to kill. I don't know. These French people.
Now, the thing is, when they come in for the pit stop, they have to do a mandatory tyre change
Yes,
and then
indeed.
put in the fuel. So it will mean that Keith will have very good tyres for the last set. They're obviously not on his outlap, but he'll have a very good, decent, fresh set to take on board.
This is what we. This is the point of the splash and the dash. Schumacher used to do these, didn't he?
Yeah.
His splashes and dashes.
So that means he should need less fuel. So he's obviously been fueled maybe a bit more as well, which is even more impressive. But I think it's a good decision to go as long as you can and make up as many places as you can.
Absolutely. Well, something I noticed. I'm sure it was Anglais. For a minute, I thought it was a name there, and I was trying to say the name. It's Anglais. Oh my god.
I'm trying to think who's in a Ferrari and a GT4.
Right, on the screen now, you've got a number, a name, a tiny little sliver with a colour in it, and there's different amounts of yellow. Then you've got the car and the number and whether or not they've had a pit stop, right?
Yeah.
What is that little colour? Is that the amount of fuel they've got in their tank? I wonder, because Heath's was like half full, so it's possible.
Yeah, it's a kind of yellow bit, isn't it? So, yeah, maybe that's... Although some of them have got little green dots, and some of them are almost empty. So you kind of think, I wonder what that might mean. Anyone
Or
who's
is it
watching...
the other way around? Could be the other way around, because Keith's been going a long time. I don't know.
Oh, here comes Keith into the pits. So he is now doing his... And it says he's 1 lap down. Oh no, he's 15 seconds away.
Yeah, no, he was lapped.
Was Keith already lapped, was he?
Well, hold on. I'm
Did
saying
he say-
this.
It's changed again. I think he's
Yeah,
about
he
he's
doesn't-
about 30 odd seconds behind, I think.
It doesn't catch up, does it?
No, it takes a little while for it to do it. He's still showing us in 5th place.
Where's his pit crew? Come on.
We might not see it live.
Where's the man with the bouncy leg?
Now let's have a little look to see where there is Thea. Now this time she's got Spiteri just fractions behind her. So she's had a race the whole time using every bit of curb and more.
Yeah. Compromised for getting getting the power down, unfortunately. Went a little bit wide. Oh, lots of slipstream there. Oh, no, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because that was Keith coming out.
All right, yeah. Still, that means he's going to be in
Look at that.
maybe about 12th place, something like that. Oh, what a battle we've got here. That's pretty good for Keith.
It's updating now.
Well, it's saying that Keith is ahead, but that surely will change.
See him. I know. That's...
But that's pretty good though, because I think he started about 16th, and now he's going to be in about 12th place or 11th place. When
Good tyres with only 22 minutes left to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Marvellous. Meravigliosa, as they say in Italia.
Yes, there we go. Keith is in 10th, Spiteri 9th, and Thea is 8th.
Pretty good.
And it might just take a little while for Keith to get his tyres warmed up again. And then we could have a three-way battle. He's certainly not always at a bit of a nervous moment at that point coming out of the right-hander, but here he comes.
I remember when you and Keith and I do apologise, I can't remember the third driver did that.
For Jason and Andy as well. Andy helped us too.
When you did that, three-driver race, endurance race.
Yeah, Wavy World Tour.
Keith, that's what it was. Of course, sorry, I apologise profusely. You mentioned that earlier. I'd forgotten the name of it. He did a great job there, and he was disappointed with himself. He thought he was going really slow, and we were all really impressed. So it's kind of, it's great to have these people, self-depreciating, but, he doesn't cry himself to sleep at night. He just keeps going. Good lad.
Yeah.
Good lad. I hate that corner. Look at it. It's off camber and everything.
Yeah, it's got everything against you in that corner.
It's like the first corner at Fuji. It's equally evil.
Yeah.
Just why? Why make a corner that does that? There's no fun in it.
Aye. No, that's it. That is it. Now, so Thea is number 66. I wonder what her teammate's number is. We would need to look in the Discord.
In the tin.
Let's find out exactly.
You look in the tin.
So,
Mr. Spateri's all over the back of her like a rash on a sweaty summer day. After 7 hours sitting on vinyl seats, driving to Morocco.
now I'm trying to see which one is Thea in.
A car.
Yeah, what's her team name?
Her team name is Avocat Racing.
So, the pro standing is Mark Ministers at 18. Is that Poppy-Doo Racing, maybe? Barcelona Team Spirit? I wonder.
Could be.
So, they're in third place just now. So,
Soaking up this pressure very well, though.
there we go. Right.
With 20 minutes left.
Oh, yep, we are now 2/3 of the way through the race, and it's still as close as that. Mark Williams has done 20 laps. Then it's McDonald. Then it's Santafrello. Then it's Leek, Sogak, Nam, Griffiths, Book, Spiteri, Updike, Huffler, Sanders, Erdman, Baudry, Sawyer, Stringer, and De Bruyne, Kalka, Johnson, and Lewis making up the top 20. And we still have 35 cars in it.
Yes. Finally, the top cars have taken a pit stop, apart from whoever was in fourth. There was only one in the top cars that hadn't pitted, so we missed their pit stops, but they seem pretty much to have line asterned. I was just thinking they only had 4 minutes left to do it, looked up and they'd already done it, so good
Yeah.
lads, lasses.
Yep, they are in there.
Cats.
Oh,
The yellow car's gone past the pink car. That's so close. Fortunately, the pink car, the driving snot-blancmange, it's just like
has pulled aside.
like acid green. No, they were alongside Spiteri when Spiteri could have taken a dive, but couldn't because the other car was there. So it sort of like helped Taya out. After hurting Taya, it helped Taya.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Let's have a look through the. I know this is one of the battles going, and I know she's at 10,000 subs, but People can look at her stream
Erdmann.
to see what she's doing.
Yep. And let's see, 8.6. I'm looking at all the closest battles.
They're close battles, yes, of course.
We have Jason
Shall we
Bravo.
Shall we show who's at the back?
Okay.
Just so that they get a bit of, show Minardi. Give them a bit of airtime.
Now we've got Wagenmakers and Bryce at the back there.
And Schulte.
Oh, yep, Schulte's just come out of the pits. That's why we are seeing them closer up together. That's the last man to do a pit stop. They are now all green. They are all green and ready to do the last 17 minutes.
Oh, and Keith. Sorry, no, I just misread something. I thought that Spiteri got ahead of Taya, but Spiteri's ahead of Keith.
All right, yes.
4 seconds behind. I'd completely misread that and reacted.
Yeah, now they're up into 9th. So Thea's 7th, Keith is 9th now. So they are getting up there again. And Yvonne Heffler is catching up too. She's now just 1.3 seconds behind Keith. So yep, it's we've got a real battle there for the. Look at Spiteri. There is Spiteri, and Keith is roughly 2.4. So roughly about one. Yeah, is that another 2.4 seconds behind?
Taya's pulled a little bit of a gap out.
And there is Keith. Now, is that his teammate that he's just unlapping?
I don't know.
Arwen Nam has just said buffoons, so there must have been some issue there that's happened. But now Nam was in the top. They were right up at the top. Oh dear, something has happened there. They've gone right. Oh, it must be out. Yeah.
Someone's taken him out, has they?
Oh dear, yeah, it must have had a big crash.
Nasty.
We'll have to see the highlights from that. 83 and 53, avoidable contact. What is that one then?
Who's 53? 53 is
Horvath.
Horvath.
And 83. Was that maybe Nam?
Window is now closed.
Maybe that was Nam.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem to be in there.
It's got a bit spicy with some traffic, says
Yeah,
Simon.
yeah. And there they go. We are now into the last, less than 15 minutes to go. The pit window is closed, so you don't want to be going in there. And, yeah, I was going to say Keith is now up to 8th.
You don't want to do that.
And Yvonne Heffler is right behind Keith. She's in the big Bentley. Look how close it's gotten now. There, Keith goes through to unlap a car. Oh!
And
Yvonne,
that was terrible driving by whoever's being lapped there.
Yeah, well, yeah, he just got balked. But certainly
but they're not
not paying attention.
Anybody, they're just not paying. I mean, they got out of the way of one person. They should have just stayed way out the way. They're not fighting anybody.
Yeah.
This is the problem. It's like tomato marzipan. You know, he's just as bad.
And Thea is up into 6th place.
6th place. Keith into 8th. Marvellous. Okay, so Arwin Norm on Discord has put good job clown stewards. So I don't know what happened there, but he's not happy.
Yeah.
He's not a happy chappy. That's so unfortunate.
And right the way through, I'm just looking at Dan Johnson in 17th place with Kalka right in front of him. Well, he's a few seconds in front. And then we've got Martin Lewis in 18th in the GT4 Mercedes-Benz.
Got some famous names in this today. You've got Andrew Marr. I've just left the BBC, so I've got my own voice. You've got Mark Williams has come off of Harry Potter, The Fast Show, and the very famous Discovery Channel programmes of Mark Williams on the Rails Industrial Revelations and more Industrial Revelations, and of course my favourite Sky programme, Mark Williams' Big Bangs, where he blows things up.
Yeah.
Charlene Spiteri's brother, M. Spiteri, is here, fresh from watching his sister on tour with Texas, that Scottish rock band.
Yeah, I remember them.
Jay Sawyer has just come from his brother Tom Sawyer's house, several hundred years later. Martin Lewis has come off of his money programme to give him racing.
Yeah.
This is better than Goodwood. Better than Goodwood, mate.
Now, poor old Keith, he's lost a place. Yvonne has passed him.
Oh, she's very quick though, isn't she?
Yeah,
Quick,
she is. She is very quick, and maybe that McLaren is maybe not quite as competitive as some of
Yes.
the others.
It broke. The McLarens all break unless you get an F1 and a P1, or that McLaren Mercedes SLR. All the new ones, they're always breaking down. So yeah, that's what it was. I blame the car.
There are a couple of McLarens ahead of him in 4th and 5th. They're both McLarens, but the Aston Martin of Mark Williams is leading, and has been leading really from the whole time, from McDonald in 2nd, and then Like in 3rd, Sokak in 4th, Gravitt 5th, Alessia Book in 6th, Spiteri in 7th, Hufelar in 8th, Updike in 9th, and Baudry in 10th.
Just remember, M. Spiteri doesn't want a lover. He just needs a friend.
Let's hope they're not watching the replays, you know.
Oh no, let's hope they are. Look, I think he should know by now that his name's famous.
Yeah.
And also, she's a superb singer, a brilliant musician, and really hot. You know, she's a triple threat. And she's Scottish. She's got a proper accent. Kind of accent that I'm not saying I've got any kind of weakness for Emma in any way. But Karen Gillan, she's very nice too. She's from Inversnecky.
Yeah, that's true. She was in that film, Stuber. Remember Stuber? That was quite a good film. It was quite funny.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, right at the start. That
The first film I saw her in was Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, she's very good in that. Very good in that.
So good at shouting. There's something I like about women who are really good at shouting.
I can
in
introduce you
that-
to my wife. That
Okay. I mean, through a television. Just record her shouting at you. Well, I've seen her shouting at you. The children are going to bed. Shut your face. I've got me rolling pin ready. You'll be doomed. I'm quite proud of that one. I kept the accent going all the way through. Woohoo! Right, yes. So
now, Erids is back up to 28th. Now he's in a BMW. I wonder if he is in, if that's a GT4 car then. That's the GT4 car. And Jason Bravo, he is just 1.1 seconds behind Horvath. So they've got a bit of a battle here as well for 26th and 27th. And that's pretty good going, because when you think about it, he's maybe 7th or 8th in his class. Has he gone past, or is he in
Yes.
or is that behind him? I'm just trying to think.
No. Yes. No.
I thought
no.
Jason's in a McLaren, yes, and that appears to be behind.
So
he's
the other
now-
car overtook him, so he was being lapped.
he was being lapped. That's what it was.
Laphead. Yeah, he's a bit behind Horvath.
Yeah, he's lost about 2 point. He's lost about a second in that. There they are. You can see them
Yeah,
up there.
Porsche.
Interesting that people are driving the Porsche as well, because I mean, it's a great car. We've seen that my good friend John Votter is excellent from Votter Racing. He's mastered that Porsche, but it's a tricky car though. Like the AMG that we had at Spa, going around certain corners, all it wanted to do, especially under full tanks, was spin. It took
Kill you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But
It's a Porsche. It's well known. I kill you, but I will kill you now, weil ich bin aus Stuttgart. Like that.
but we managed to do all right with that Porsche. Certainly better than the last time.
I don't know how the hell you kept it on the road at all, mate. Because every time I drive one of those things, it's like I remember that race. You did a series of races, daily races at forgotten the name of it. The Sardinia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I remember when, and you tried the older what was it, the 960 or 991 version, and then you tried the newer, the 993 version, and the 993 was a bit better, but basically both just kept trying to spin you around and spit you off. Every time you hit the brakes, the back end came round. Every time you tried to power out of a corner, the back end came round. When you tried to go into a corner, if the back end didn't come round, it understeered into the brick wall.
Yeah.
It's like, and I just remember the frustration in your voice with that lovely little "come on."
That was it. That was it. Oh, look at that.
Oh, here we go. See, that's how you get out of the way, mate.
No, he's gone right across. That's given Thea a bit of a. Now number 83,
Breather.
which I think is Nam. Is that possibly Nam? Is going to get us. Is going to be spoken to, and penalised for the next race. So he must have done something, because under further investigation.
83 stopping on track was a technical issue.
Yeah, and then after that, on further investigation, 83 will be spoken to and penalised for the next race.
I've not been reading that because there's somebody, Dominic Joyce put absolute idiots above, which was the next one after buffoons.
Yeah.
From 83.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's not good. I'm just reading the sort of the description of the rush hour race, and it doesn't mention that you have to have the same type of car. I mean, it might be that way, and they just haven't put it in there.
Yeah.
It says 22 racing teams, 11 pro, 11 am, 2 divisions, 2 drivers per team. Each team enters 2 cars per race,
Yeah.
a GT3 and a GT4 class. 1 driver per car, 1 hour, 1 mandatory stop with a 30-minute pit window, 10 minutes qualifying, 20-minute qualifying session. 44 cars on track, 8 races, practice servers, live world-class stewarding team, which some people are calling names. So I just, yeah, you just shouldn't put things like that in because you're just waiting for someone to throw mud at you. It's just say we have stewards and leave it at that. Don't say how good they are, because it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how good a steward you are, you're always wrong. I mean, I've got that much sympathy for the F1 stewards. Whatever you say, whatever you do, you're always wrong. It would be nice if they were actually consistent in Formula One. You know, honestly, it would. But still, I have some sympathy with the position, because you're always going to be wrong, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Just lock yourself in a concrete bunker and get some guns. That's what I say for a steward.
Yeah.
And then it talks about the points. So it doesn't mention having the same car. Though maybe they have. Maybe they have. That's all it says.
Yeah. Now there you have it. We've got less than 5 minutes to go. And there is the leader. It is Mark Williams. He's done 28 laps in the number 984 Aston Martin. Look at that. He's hearing well as he flies through the race. Let me see if I can get to change the camera angles a bit there. Look at that. You can see he's still charging through. The lights, the brakes glowing as he brakes for the corner and then accelerates out.
Oh, G. McDonald from old McDonald's farm. And you might think I'm being, vaguely insulting for saying that, but the team name is Arkansas Chuggabugs. So no, I don't think I am.
Yeah, no, that is it. Coming to lap Erdmann. Oh, Erdmann's gone well wide. You don't want to take him out. I think he's crashed. He must have got his braking wrong there. And Erdmann was in 14th. And Keith is still in 9th. About 10 seconds behind.
67. No, Matt Lewis in the Mercedes is her teammate. Car number 67, Poupidou Racing.
Ah, right. Okay, so it is that one then.
So, because it doesn't list a car, just a class in the points.
Ah, of course, that's how you're able to see. Yeah.
So it's got the whole field. Poupidou Racing here. It's not got his name, just the car 67.
Yeah.
Who got 10 points for something.
Ah, well. Now let's see where they all are. So we've got Keith in 9th. I tell you what, Keith and Jason are going to get a good bit of points here. Jason is 27th in the McLaren. And there's still 33 drivers left. Because the key thing with this, I think it's the top, is it the top 10 of each
10.
class?
Yeah, top 10 get points.
Get points. So it's worth going for it because, I mean, there's Martin, who's probably, I think, the top in 18th, the top GT4, but then it's a bit of a mixture there too. I wonder which ones are all, if there's some, there might be some GT3s after 18th.
He got 10 points yeah, he got 10 points for the last race by the looks of it.
Yeah.
The last race is the first race. This is race 2, isn't it? Duh.
Yeah.
That explains why there's only 10. Yeah, he won the last race for his class. So
that's pretty good going. So
right, okay. There's Pro GT3, Pro GT4, Am GT3, and Am GT4.
yeah,
So there is effectively 4 sets of classes racing.
yeah.
So there's 4 10 points to go, and also pole points for getting a pole position.
Yeah.
1 point. That makes sense.
I have to say,
Squadron Valhalla. Yes. So carry on.
I do like this length of race. I think an hour race is really good. I think that's long. I think that's long enough to kind of make it work well.
Yes.
That I know a lot of people like doing 2-hour races, 4-hour races, and 6-hour races, and even more, and 12 and 24. But I'm fine after an hour. That's me. I think I've done my bit.
Well, I mean, the charity race was a 4-hour stream.
Yeah.
And I was knicky-knacky nude after that.
Yeah.
I sat there buzzing because I couldn't switch my brain off.
Yeah.
But of course, it starts at 7, sorry, I'm lucky it's 7, and goes on until 11:30 at night, and you're just like, it's just, whoa, what's going on here? So, I mean, tell you, doing these 24-hour races and a 6-hour race on the same weekend, the nutter.
That's crazy. I know she doesn't do all the stints, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
She's got to be around, doesn't she? And talking to all the sad folk like you and me, listening to her. It's just, it's crazy, huh?
Yep.
It's crazy.
So here they
She must
come
enjoy it.
on the last lap, and Williams is already lapping the field. He's just lapped Bonifon, who is, I think, quite near. Is currently in 22nd place.
2 for 2. When if he finishes this lap without anyone taking him off, it's a 2 for 2 win rate.
Wow!
For the gentleman.
And there he goes. He's just passed Colonel Saunders, and there we go. Aston looking rather nice. All of these xenon lights everywhere, aren't they? All these wonderful LEDs.
The LEDs, not Xenon. The LEDs now. Xenon was yesterday's. Top 10.
That was my old BMW used to have that.
What, Xenon ones? I didn't have Xenon. On the Vauxhall Omega Estate I had, the Mark 2, 1.
Has finished the race.
S-Reg. And it's
There he
finished.
goes. Mark Williams wins for the second time in a row here at the Nürburgring GP race. He is the winner, the overall winner of the Nürburgring race. At Russia, round 2. He can be very, very happy. Whoa! Nearly took the front end off them there as he came round. But there you go. Now, Scotty, as Simon's asking you, are you streaming it on your channel tomorrow, Andrew, for HHTCR?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have been tasked with being the stream man.
Excellent.
So he and I are going to have some kind of talky party thing where we can hear both of us, and we will chatty talk.
Yeah.
And I will be able to have a look at what cars, like I do normally.
Yeah.
And we'll sort out. It's like when you or Matt is doing it, and I'm the second person, not streaming. I can still look at different cars.
Yeah.
But you just didn't get shown on the stream. But it's a useful way of keeping an eye on more things going on.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that'd be really good. That'd be very, very good indeed.
Oh, look at that. Too much
He's
downforce to be drifting. You can't drift when there's downforce.
All that dirt on his tyres. He's trying his hardest. You have to turn his traction control off. That,
Yeah, it just. The trouble is when you got all this, it just does that.
yeah,
Spins.
it just spins. Gives you a bit of a slide. Now that'd be fantastic. So I think we're joining you probably about 9:15 tomorrow. I think is it roughly from about 9:15? And then the first race is at 9, and the second race is at about 25 to or 20 to 10, thereabouts normally. So
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, second split goes first. That
I've never had to think about it before, so now I'm going to have to.
yeah.
Yeah. Split 2 goes first. Split 1 goes. The faster ones go second.
Yeah.
We've already done all the qualifying and all that kind of stuff, haven't we?
Yep, and we've got qualifying
That's
tomorrow
done.
for next week's race at Suzuka. So it's going to be lots of things happening there.
Max.
All right, no interviews tonight, all. Thank you for joining. All right. I wonder why they don't have interviews. Well, maybe because Jeff's away.
Could be because Jeff's away. Could be
Yeah.
because some people are not very happy.
Yeah,
So if you have a look in the Discord chat for the rush hour, you'll see.
yeah.
I don't want to end up
No, that's fine.
with being that kind of stream on here.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do
that's
is
not for us to worry about.
we'll end the stream here, but thank you very much for watching. With Mark Williams winning, it's been a fantastic night. It's been close. In the end, Keith Updike finished 9th. Thea was 7th. It's been a fantastic race. Have you enjoyed that one, Andrew?
Yeah, that was really good. It was nice and relaxing to be chatting away with you again. And
Yeah.
yeah, some good racing. We didn't see too many dodgy moves going on, did we?
No, we didn't.
So I'm really pleased with that, and pleased for Taya for getting a 10,000 subs.
Yeah, that's been brilliant. And for everybody watching our channel here and watching the race live, you've been watching the Hugh Hatrick channel, but it's Rush Hour with Theamusante. We'll be back for the next run at Donington in a couple of weeks' time. Take care, everyone.
Tatty bye.